Thank you, thank you. ICCOBA Kwenu. ICCOBA Kwenu. Some people are looking at me. Why are you not participating? Like, we're ICC, we're Lions. Let's shake the building. I say ICCOBA Kwenu. Still not loud enough. My voice is beating you all. You want me to talk or not? ICCOBA Kwenu.
Hey!
ICCOBA Kwenu.
Hey!
Kwenu.
Hey!
The elders are looking at me. This one is crazy. Yes, listen. I'm honored to be here to see certainly class of 80. Who said 86 can't compare with 76? Please, 86, stand up and applaud yourself, my brothers. Come on.
Hey!
Come on.
We full ground remain.
If
We full ground.
yes, we
remain.
remain.
We even there on top stage.
If you all were in charge of the government of Nigeria, it would be different. That's the truth. Yes. Yeah, we're Paul Unwilly. We are still looking for Paul, the guy who beat me the most in ICC. Yeah, but you know, my little speech that the opportunity to give to me, I just want to use it to first appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. That's something we don't do enough. We don't appreciate ourselves enough. We don't appreciate each other enough. Right? The first thing that comes to mind when I see myself in front of a crowd is how many people would love to be here, but they are not. They can't. We know those who can and not. We say, but why is he not here? But we forget those who can't, but they want to be here. We forget those who passed away. I respect the elders that were in ICC even before my parents probably met each other. But they would have friends. Like, look, 86, we're about 20 of us here. It's not because there's no 20 people from class of 65 or class of 62. Allow me to ask you, if you can, to stand on your feet for a minute of silence for the ICCOBAs, the Itotos, the teachers that passed away. Please, I yield 1 minute of my time. God bless you for honoring them. And I pray that if God willing, He adds to your life, even for this honor you've given to them. You know, some of you, or at least most of you here, probably don't know me from school days. These other guys do. I was one of the most stubborn kids in school, right? Ale Opinion was my senior prefect. Ale, is that not true? I still wonder how you got the name Ale Opinion, like Ginger Ale, Ale Opinion. We all got no sakare already, like, but yeah, but you know, one of the things I always got in trouble for in school was talking too much. And these were my friends from school. I just spent 2 minutes with them, sharing with them things they didn't even know about me, but they knew I was the noisemaker. Victor Obasu is not here. He's always talking about it. But they didn't know the abuse I was going through. Terrible abuse. They didn't know I tried to kill myself. Some people were in ICC who killed themselves, but you don't know. The parents will just tell you, oh, I know that because I was one of them. My brother did. He killed himself. My younger brother. A professor told him in Ekboma, over my dead body would you graduate from this school. He was studying architecture. And every professor joined to frustrate his life. I was in London then, UK. He would send me a letter, those blue envelope letter. Bro, help. I didn't know what to do. Some of his letters, I didn't even open it. Until I got a message. Oh, that's what they said. My mom says, only to find out that when he couldn't take it anymore, I only found out when I went to bury my dad. My mom died February 2022. We went to bury her October. Daddy followed. 2 of them followed in 8 months. But it was when I went to bury that I found out the truth. That he came home begging. My dad said, you are the one looking for the professor's trouble. He says, not. They didn't believe him. On his way from my dad's office, he stopped at the pharmacy on Airport Road and bought Valium 5 and swallowed it all. Even in Canada, a 10-year-old killed herself the other day. What's my point? I say this all the time. Your character is mostly formed by the high school you went, by the people you're associated with. Not even university. You just continue. And those of us that have a second lease on life, we must ensure, very important, that we don't live here without inspiring somebody. We don't live here without encouraging somebody. We don't live here without thanking somebody. Like the Ogologo, this guy is, I didn't know much of him, but you've done a fantastic work. Please applaud him. Let's appreciate him. Right? And if you all would have done that to some degree, but at least his I saw. And so I'm taking my minute to appreciate him. We show up when people die. We start WhatsApp group to raise money when people die. But we don't show up for their birthday. We see them post their son graduation on Facebook and we pass it by. Life is not complicated. We are complicated, not life. It's simple. The same life 10,000 years ago is the same life today, is the same life tomorrow. It's tough, but it ain't complicated. Not even close to be complicated. I am so honored to be here. I'm honored to, I never even thought I would meet somebody who left ICC 62, 63. Like, when they say come for old boys, I was thinking of Edosa and Idi Amin. Frankly, I didn't think of you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't, because my mind was just in my own set. But what a great honor to meet you. What a great honor to meet you. And you, and the president of the North America. Please, why we reconnect, why we enjoy the time, why we fellowship. My prayer, of course, and your prayer is that none of us pass away before our time. But as Les Brown said, you can't get out of life alive. There's nothing you can do to get out of life alive. We are going to go. Let's make a time with it. So in ICC, senior, my elders, they will beat me every single day that I hated school with a passion. It's not, let's leave the funny for later. Let's just let it be sobering. Horrible. They did not know. Somebody said, some people will start in ICC and end in some other school. I started in another school and ended in ICC. They put me in Egba Grammar School. That was my first school. They beat the hell out of me. They will throw water under the bed and say I should be rolling on it. It doesn't even make sense. Why would you do that to anybody? My stomach will be churning me. I put 10 times a day just before I go into my hostel. And then I spoke in LA in a conference. Aliko Dangote was there. It was Shomole and all these guys were sitting there. It was a Nigerian conference. And I'm looking at one of the senators that came. I said, this guy looks like Senior Bobo. I'm speaking, I'm looking. I don't know his real name. We just call him Senior Bobo. But he beat the hell out of everybody. And he's sitting with the governor. I'm like, my plan was he shouldn't, even when he went to use the washroom, I wanted to end my speech just to catch up and say, please, are you... And lo and behold, he didn't recognize me. Some of them didn't even know I was Nigerian. And then after I finished and I went to meet him, say, yeah, great speech, great speech. I knew his name is not Senior Bobo, but I didn't know the real name. Imagine asking somebody, are you Senior Bobo? He was shocked. Where you gba? Where you gba? I said, yes, in Yegba. He said, Mufwa. He did not want people to know that he was Senior Bobo. And then they brought me to ICC. Now, this guy may still be alive. I have respect for him. I don't say this out of anger. I just use it to make a point. And I fell into the hand of Senior Paul Unwilly. When Facebook came, I Googled, I searched, I've asked ChatGPT, nobody can find him. This guy, when he's coming, he will say, where's your shirt? He hasn't even asked the question. The hand is on your face already. Literally, the marks will be on it. Marks will be on it. If we were white, some of us would be red now from the beating we got. One day, sir, I was always the least of noisemakers you would expect. So one day I didn't even show up in school. Don't know why, but I don't recall why I wasn't. Then the next, and you can tell right away, were you my teacher? Like, how did you know that? You just know. You know how Nigerians think. My name was there. So when they read the names of noisemakers, no Sahara Bede. I was asking myself, I wasn't even in school yesterday because they are reading the names from yesterday. Then I'm standing up in slow motion, still thinking, maybe I was in school and I didn't remember. Maybe. Then as I'm walking with slow motion, I'm thinking, and that day I didn't wear 2 knickers because I was not in school the previous day. They didn't know every day I wore 2 knickers. And then I said, and then somebody now said, but you know the school yesterday now. Then I said, hey, I know the school yesterday. I wasn't in school. Others say, he must have been Emmanuel Garewa. He never liked me in school. He said he was in school. He was in school. It must have been you. I'm just thinking now, you and Atu Osamoyi, 2 of you. It must have been you and Atu Osamoyi. It's a revelation from the Spirit. That is you. Then others said, he was. So the teacher now was confused. He was, he wasn't. And I took the side of, I wasn't. Then the teacher looked up, looked down. He said whether you were or not is not matter because if you were, you would have still made noise anyway. That is the beating that pained me the most in my life. It pained me the most in my life because 1, I didn't have 2 knickers. And 2, I was not in school. But you see, we laugh. One day my dad came home and there was something my grandma gave to him. It's like an elephant, but it's like glass, and it broke. No Sakare! No Sakare! When he calls my full name, I quickly put on my second knicker. Like literally. Because no sa, okay. No Sakare, you're dead. That means you're dead. I don't know why. They were not smart. They don't know that we know what it means. Like, why? If it's me, if I want to beat you, I just say, no, sir, so that you come and get the beating. But so, no, sir, immediately, I'm just putting on another indicator. What's to know? I say, amen. See, slap. Listen, my dad, with all due respect to him, is passed now. And I allowed that respect while I was still alive. My mom would say, meaning you beat me before you beat her. He will beat my mom terribly. The clothes will fall off. I will see my mom's breast and her private part. Terribly. And then when my mom is unconscious on the ground, he'll beat me up. And I said, amen. And I realized that I had to accept things I didn't do just to reduce the pain. That wasn't once, it wasn't twice, it wasn't 3 times. My brother came to visit me from England recently. I was going back last week, and I did a party for him. And when I was speaking, I said, bro, you never haven't told me thank you for all the beatings I took for you. Because there were things you did, but I never said it was you. I just said, amen, but I know who. So here's what happened in that story. My mom now said, this boy that you are beating, he may be a liar. We catch him sometimes. But sometimes I don't think he's lying. Or when you're you still beat him. Then the next day, I was always eavesdropping to my dad and mom's conversation. I was what they call troubled. And then the house girl came and said, sir, I just want to say sorry for when I was cleaning, I broke this thing. I heard my mom say, Mommy, you see? I told you. Who can guess what my dad said? My dad says, what does that matter? That beating is for something he did that I don't know. And then you wonder why I tried to kill myself multiple times. You wonder why I would drive my car. When I left Nigeria, I would drive my car to 280 speed. Like my friend would say, you have a death wish on your head. But let's bring the story home, right? Before my dad passed, brilliant lawyer, all respect to my dad. Brilliant lawyer, brilliant. If some of you who read law would know him or read his book. I used to go to court with him. I failed. By the way, I didn't tell you, I failed in all my programs. Like failed. I'm not an academician at all, right? But I do have a school today. Some of you don't know. I created a school called International School of Greatness. We have over 200,000 students in 45 nations. We make millions of dollars from it. Yes, right? So they kicked me out of every school. And the conventional school system, for those, I hear a lot of doctors and professors, the conventional school system is dying out. Very soon, ChatGPT will be a school on its own. There are AI schools today. You go in, you study physics, chemistry, AI will teach you, right? So it's dying. So I created every course, business course, 6 months. Some of my clients go through my business program. One of them, you can Google it. You can Google my name if you haven't. Like $400 million in 7 months, one of my clients made. $400 million. And they interviewed her in the stock exchange. How did you turn your business around? He says, Ihama was my coach. And I got a lot more clients even just from that. But, before my dad passed, he says, can you still be a lawyer? Still wanted to make me a lawyer. Right? And I shared with my friends here, some of us, our profession today, our father gave it to us to be. But that's not what you were created to be. And that is, I see heads nodding. My brother obeyed my dad. I didn't, right? And he still told me, he says, he has so much money. He says, go and study law at Harvard, Yale. You find a university. I will be paying you, your wife, what you are making now, and I will still be paying your school. Why did you want me to be a lawyer? So I come and take over the business. Not because you feel this is what God. I say raise a child in the way he should go. Not the way you want him to go, but the way he should go. So my brothers, my own salvation, I'm a Christian, yes, but I believe that even when you are saved, there's a process of transformation many people don't know about. There are many saved that are going to live in hell here because they did not begin to transform their mind. I had to start releasing myself from the Paul Unwilis, from the senior Gbogbo's, from those who beat me in Uniben. If there's any Ake person here, all due respect to you, they beat me to join Ake, and I refused. And they dragged me from a Kosodi through Hall 1. All my body were ripped. Imagine dragging you on concrete ground. And I didn't join. I told them just now, recently, 2-3 years ago, the guy sent me a message on Facebook. He says, bro, anytime I see you on Facebook, I hear your speech on YouTube, I feel bad. I say, why? He said, but you don't remember. Don't you remember? Well, what of course, I do remember that you and few people came to my house in Ekosodi at about 2 a.m., knocked on the door, called your name, and because I knew you're my friend, I opened the door, and then you dragged me. Say, I must come to this meeting. I refused, and that's what you did to me. He said, please, can you forgive me? I said, if I call his name, some of you may know, so I won't. And I said, bro, if I didn't forgive you, I won't be who I am today. If I didn't forgive my dad, I won't be who I am today. And I say this for you, that let this reunion not just be through the academics and the stuff that we are going to talk about. Let it release you of anything that is holding you back from greater heights. I've written books on this. I have some, Welcome to Greatness and Mystic of Leadership. And I say, leadership is a spirit. It's a spirit. It's not a position. You can't be voted into leadership. You can't be hired into leadership. You cannot even be coronated into leadership. Prince Charles did not become a leader. He became the head of the monarchy. Leadership is a spirit that can only be ignited by purpose. Until you discover the reason you were born, you are yet to live. A lot of people confuse what they do for a living with what they were created to do. What you do for a living, my friends, is called profession. What you were created to do, my friend, is called purpose. And I tell you today that everything you seek, it doesn't matter what you are seeking. It's in your purpose. No matter how well dressed a fish is, if he's walking on land, it won't last long. Many people are in the wrong place. It's not even just the wrong time. God has given us another lease on life. And I round up, my friends, by saying, don't plan to leave Earth without becoming a true leader. I met my new friend there, Weka, is a director of finance somewhere, Edosa and co. Many of us are doing well by God's grace. But I coach CEOs of banks here, big banks, white folks. Alex, man, I'm on so many boards. And I know I'm near retirement. And these people run I'm talking $20, $30 billion company. And I walk them through the process, through my book, Mystic of Leadership, and say, find your purpose. So it's one of the great, most popular courses I have online. I've created over 500 online courses. They're on my website. And one of them is Find Your Purpose. So please, let's not leave here, this convention, without thinking deeper than just meeting and reconnecting. Let us not leave this convention without the intention to becoming a true leader. You can be a manager, you can be a CEO, you can be an engineer, you can be an accountant, you can have any of the fine professions that you need to have. But I put it to you, my brothers, that you can't get out of life alive. Doesn't work that way. We were created to do bigger things than we can ever do. I am glad I went through the pain that I went through. I didn't say any of those because I'm pained by it. And some people say, why would you say that? I say, because the purpose that we seek, you know where you find it? It's not in school. It's not in church. The purpose is in your pain. In your deepest pain lies your purpose. Your mess is supposed to become your message. Your pain is supposed to become your purpose. Things we have buried behind, that's where the jewel lie. And a quick example is when they told Moses, go let my people go. He says, if you are God, why are my people suffering? God says, that's why I've raised you. Gideon said, I'm being oppressed. He said, that's why I've raised you. So, thank you to the elders. Please, thank you so much for the honor to be before you today. And thank you to the leaders of the ICC association. Frankly, I know Atafo for a long time. I didn't know he's doing this. I didn't know he was doing this. I know Teddy. We hang out, but I never knew these things were going on. Now I'm in some WhatsApp group. Somebody said, but you are in the WhatsApp group. But at least 1,000 WhatsApp groups. I have students in 40 nations, Malawi, everywhere. So I'm in so many WhatsApp groups. But, for you holding up this association, ICC, is amazing. However I can assist, I certainly will, through my friends that are here. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you all. God bless.
ICC. Many students of ICC presently are still going through bullying.
Oh my goodness.
Many, as we stand here. He went through it.
Oh my goodness.
I went through it. I fought seniors who were bullies. I fought my classmates who were bullies. I fought the young ones who were bullies, and I'm still fighting bullies.
Oh, my goodness.
And as I stand here with a brother who also almost took his life, like I almost also took my life. I would like to start with my brother Enoge Daddy Rich, an anti-bullying program in ICC.
Yes.
I'm ready to fund it, to provide the resources, the manpower.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Honorable President Sonny Umarugi.
I'm ready to support it financially and with my presence as well.
Osage,
We all second that.
I will put down $1,000 today to start.
Round of applause, please, for that.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. And I'm going to match that too with $1,000.
And you are my cousin.
Yes.
Fundraising, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to match it. He said.
Oba Tokbe.
He said.
Oba Eware the second of Gidiga. He doesn't accept bullying. I will be 77 in September of this year. 77. A brother, Ihama, Sonny,
So the anti-bullying campaign, they can start it. Like I said, I didn't even think of that. Please, can we just have a little order? Thank you. I didn't even think of it, but as God has led you to say it, if we can turn ICC to a bully-free zone.
Yes.
Imagine I just put it bully-free zone.
Yes.
I mean, you're all doctors and smart people here. The impact of bullying. If you don't kill yourself and you are alive, your life is messed up. My life was messed up. Like, I don't even have time to tell you that. I've written books on it. I have a few copies, by the way, if you all want them. But it's messed up. And these politicians we are saying, how do we know they are not victims of bullying? Somebody once said, hurt people. It was bad. I did not know why I had to pull so many times when my dad is coming from work. I didn't know, but now I know. They said that your belly releases some chemical and da. I'm going to school, I have to pull. Sometimes I pull on my pants in school. So I didn't even think of that idea, but please, if the leaders of the group can do it, I will buy my ticket and fly to ICC and speak to them. Completely complimentary.
Thank you.
Right? Completely, if you can organize
Thank
it.
you.
Yes. So
Please.
Thank you. Put your hands together, somebody. Come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you.
Raise your hands. Come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
ICCOBA kwenu.
Hey.
ICCOBA kwenu.
Hey.
Kwenu.
Oh, thank you very much. Small Nosa, as we used to call him in those days, but he's now Big Nosa. Yes, thank you. Global Nosa. Thank you very much. God bless you. President.